then I forget to use the stupid mouse. I have it and I forget to use it. It's so annoying. Hi, Karen. Good morning. Oh, I did check everyone in. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, are we going to cooperate? Watch with turning off music. No, not. Ooh, yes, great. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. So I've been talking this week about the sort of difference between transactional spirituality and transformational spirituality. Culturally, we live in a culture where many things are very transactional. We live in a consumer-driven culture. That's capitalism, right? And where it's like, I pay for this thing and I get this other thing. And, it's a sort of on-demand culture. We can watch any number of hours of the show that we want to watch all at the same time. Like, is there even a thing where it's like you have to, I don't know, can you still have cable and like wait a week to see it? I don't even think it's a thing anymore. Like, right? Like you just watch the whole season, binge it, right? And even just, being able to order whatever it is that you can't even go into a store and like buy stuff anymore. I try to like do that because I'm like, I don't want to order my entire life from Amazon and Walmart and wherever. And so, but you go to a store and they don't have the thing and that's what you have to do. So we have this sort of on demand, and there are amazing things about just this amazing little device in our hand that gives us every single thing we want and in a second, right? But what happens when we are living in that paradigm is that we want everything in our lives to fit that paradigm. And not everything is meant to fit that paradigm, Great, fine. Get your toilet paper tomorrow from Amazon. Fine, sure, good, But that is not a model or a paradigm that works for spiritual practice. Spiritual practice does not work that way, right? And, again, so I'll speak to my own belief system, and I'm not saying that any other one is different, but, a prayer doesn't work like, oh, I pray that I get a new job and I get a new job. It doesn't work that way for most people I know. It doesn't. Sometimes, right? And I believe, and all that to say, I firmly, deeply believe in the power of prayer. I'm not saying don't pray. I'm just saying that it's not the exchange of energy in that same way, transactional spirituality is based more in what we need or what we want, what we think we need maybe, or what we want in any given moment. And again, there are things that can fulfill that, but it's not set up to work that way. It's based in us trying to control the narrative rather than just rest in the presence of a higher power or a higher being. And that's spirituality. And that higher power, that higher being has its own, his own, her own, its own, whatever, timeline. It's not our timeline. And, so the beauty in that is that it helps us to cultivate patience and helps us to cultivate faith. Because then even when the things that are like, how many times has it even happened where it's like you order the thing and you need it for that day and it doesn't get there in time because shipping, whatever, then we're flipping out. We don't know what to do. We have no way of dealing with that, And so when we can allow ourselves to be in transformational practice, it's this sense of just kind of giving yourself over, giving yourself over to the powers that be, some of which you have control over and much of which you do not. And that practice is transformational. That transactional stuff, it's helpful, it's necessary in some ways, it's good in certain circumstances, but when we're looking for long-term, higher level growth and peace in our hearts and, a feeling of just being settled and grounded and grateful, that the transactional practices are the ones that are going to get us there. But again, they require this patience and faith, So even in our yoga practice, I'm dealing with an injury right now. Not a lot of patience for it. Really not a lot of patience for it at all. But then, but you can't force it. It's like anything else. You cannot force healing. You can't. Healing happens on its own timeline. It just does, And so the practice itself, every time we come to the mat, and we cultivate patience, and we cultivate a commitment to something just longer term than what I want or what I think I need right in this moment, And it's not to say ignore those things. It's fine, understand what you want and what you need, but understand how that fits into the bigger picture also, and cultivate a sense of just acceptance and not even like you're resigning yourself to it, like that there's actual value in it. There's actual value, in finding the patience and waiting and allowing things to unfold in the time that they are meant to. All right, you get the idea. Close your eyes. Sit tall. Let your breath deepen, let yourself settle. Just let yourself open up to a presence of a higher power, whatever you call that, however you feel it and experience it. Open yourself up to a connection with nature. Nature, the universe, it's on its own terms. We can't change the weather. We can't change the tides. Open yourself up to a sense of community, to humanity. Knowing that each and every being has their own story and agenda and what they think they want or need in any given moment. And just let yourself be part of that bigger story. Join your hands together. And perhaps in these first moments of setting an intention, take a moment to think of what the bigger picture stuff is. What is important to you in terms of your growth and transformation in the long game, not just in today's practice. And what can you do in today's practice to move you towards that? And let's begin together with 3 ohms. If you'd like to join, take in a deep breath. Bow your head to your heart, honoring the bigger story that you are a part of. And release your hands. Let your eyes open. And then let's shift to sit in Vajrasana. So that's this, sitting back onto your feet. If that's comfortable, just go for it. If your ankles need more support, sitting on a folded blanket with your feet off, that'll be helpful for ankles. Or if your knees need a little more support, putting the blanket underneath your knees might help. And of course, if none of that works, sit however you're comfortable sitting. All right, take your arms out to the sides. Yeah, my knee friends, if that's not a good position, sit however you need to sit. All right, deep breath in, roll your palms up, arch your back, lift your heart. Good, exhale, roll your arms down. Pull your navel to your spine, drop your tailbone. Inhale, turn your palms up, rotate your shoulders back, lift your inner armpits up. Exhale, let your shoulder blades slide off your back, widen your hands a little bit wider. And one more time, inhale, and exhale. Good, then come back up, come into cactus arms. Similar motion, press straight back so your shoulder blades are squeezing in towards your spine. Then exhale, wrap your right arm over your left arm. Let me mirror you guys. And round a little bit. And then inhale, open your arms out wide again to cactus. Squeeze your elbows back. Good. Exhale, right arm over left arm. And one more time, inhale. Exhale, right arm on top. Good, and then from here, wrap your arms into eagle arms. Mine are not doing that so well, so whatever version of eagle arms works for your shoulders. Then inhale and arch here. Lift your arms up, elbows up, look up. Then exhale, elbows into the belly, round forward. Inhale, lift your elbows up. Exhale, elbows in towards the belly. One more time. And exhale. Good, come to neutral spine, arms out wide. Exhale, left arm on top, hug. Wrap your hands to the inner tips of your shoulder blades around your spine. Inhale, open your elbows wide. Exhale, left arm on top, hug. And one more time, inhale. And hug yourself. Good, keep your elbows crossed, wrap your arms to eagle. Inhale, lift your elbows, lift your gaze. Exhale, elbows to belly, round your spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And do one more. Good. Come on out to neutral. And find your way to hands and knees, tabletop. All right, a couple more shoulder stretches here. So take your knees right under your hips, wrists line up with outer shoulders. Then take your right arm across your mat, be on the pinky finger, and bring your hand out in front of your left hand, right hand in front of your left hand. That's it. Feel your shoulder blades slide off your back, maybe feel a little stretch in the side body, and then do a little cat and cow here. Inhale and arch, and exhale and round. So getting movement through the spine, but also getting movement underneath the shoulder blade, into those muscles underneath the shoulder blade. Focus a little bit there. One more breath. Good. And then come to neutral, come to center. And then second side, left arm across the top of your mat. So on a diagonal, be on the pinky finger. And then cat and cow a few times here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, round. Feel a stretch underneath the shoulder blade. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. One more. Actually make it even. I don't know how many you did on the first side. Do you know how many? Even out. 3 or 4, something like that. When you feel even side to side, come on back to center. Good. Drop to your elbows. Lace your fingers together. Do a couple of shoulder blade push-ups. These are the 2 actions that we're working with here in the upper back. Retraction and protraction of the shoulder blades. And just like everything else, one is not better than the other. We want the balance of the 2. We tend to be in the front body. It's like what we can see. That's, transactional. We want what we can see. We want those immediate satisfaction. And that's okay to want that. But just balance it out with the long term. So do that balancing here. Next time your chest melts down towards the floor and your shoulder blades slide onto the back, stay there for a moment. Toe in your belly, navel to spine. Lift your front ribs up to your back ribs. Tone your pelvic floor and your low belly. Then push the floor away so that the front, around the front of the chest and the back of the chest is feeling engaged. Then lift your legs, lift your knees into plank pose, a low plank. Squeeze your legs together. Make your legs strong, like one strong mermaid leg. Then just pulse yourself forward and back a few times. Inhale, shift forward, chin towards your thumbs. Exhale, shift back, head towards the floor. Your hips can go up as you do that. So go back and forth a few times. If it's too much on your shoulders, drop your knees down. Everybody looks like they're doing okay with this one, so stay with it. A couple more rotations. If you're on the more flexible side, the tendency is going to be to kind of collapse in the shoulder. So keep that action of pushing the floor away. That engages the serratus muscles. Those are important. Good. Then come to neutral, shoulders over elbows. Walk your feet in towards dolphin. If you need to bend the knees, bend your knees a little bit. Push the floor away from you. Gaze forward slightly. Lift your hips up high. Stretch your heels down low. Good. And then drop your knees back down. Sit back into child's pose. Take your hands back by your feet, letting your shoulders, the front of your shoulders wrap around your knees. Let your head and your neck soften. And again, turn inside, slow down, be patient. Allow your body to unfold in the way that it can organically, easily, on its own timeline, not yours. Hear that, shoulder? Your own timeline. Go ahead. Okay, come on up to tabletop. Spread out your fingers. Good. Line yourself up well, and then do this arm rotation. So this helps with this, these actions of the shoulders. Ground the inner hand. The lower arm will turn in slightly as you do that. Maintain that, but turn the upper arms in and out. Feel the shoulder blades firm in towards the spine, and then push the floor away. Again, engaging. Feel the muscle right underneath your shoulder blade and your armpit firm up. Then keep all of that. Lift up into downward facing dog. Push the floor away, but squeeze the shoulder blades in and back onto your back. Sweep your right leg to the sky. And then let's do some circles. So come forward towards plank, knee towards the elbows, and then sweep your leg all the way up, around, and back. Just like that. Big sweeping circles. And then change the direction, go around the other way. Keep your finger pads pushing down. Keep your hands pressing forward. Next time your leg is up behind you, open into a split, dog split. Bend your knee, let your hip open up. Bring your weight more to your left foot and your left hand. And then if your right hand gets really light, maybe you want to take it into wild thing. If it feels too early in practice to do that, just stay in your dog split. That's fine. Exhale, back to dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Circles. Come way forward. Sweep it around and back. Big circles. Change your direction. Go the other way. Slow. This is a practice of patience and faith. It's really never a practice of making things happen, sometimes more than others, though. Today's really about slow down, patience, faith. Next time your knee is up, find your twist. Good, stay there, or really weight your right hand, your right foot, and then sweep your left foot behind into wild thing, or flip dog, as we used to call it. I don't know, has all sorts of names, right? Okay, back to dog. Drop your knees back down. Okay, one way we get this action of the front chest muscles working, those ones want to work more. That's because our lives pull us this way, right? So we want to get the back muscles working also. But one way to work on getting them both working together is to do a bear crawl. So it's this, knees hover. Some of you have done this with me this week already. Knees hover. It's not up like this. Okay, knees are really low, like an inch off the floor, and then walk. That's what gets the serratus on. So we're just going forward and back. Bear crawl back, bear crawl forward. Hover your knees. Feel what's happening in your shoulders. Hips really low, knees like an inch off the floor, not like 6 inches. Try low, even if you just do a couple. Yes. Okay, good. Come back to the center. Rest for a moment. Sit back into child's pose. We're going to do one more of those. This time we're going to do it in a circle. So you're going to walk in a circle one way and then in a circle the other way. If you need to do it with your knees down, you can do it with your knees down. But if you can, hover, hover, go all the way to the back of the mat and then go forward. Just like that. All right, go for it. Knees hover or knees on the floor, right? You get a lot of the same work with the knees on the floor. If you can do it with knees hovering, try it with knees hovering. That's it. Good. Walk in a circle. Your dog is like, what the heck is going on? We're playing a game. I'm going to come over here now. Now I'll come over here. Poor Donna's dog is like, what's happening? Okay, come forward again. Okay, good. Back to dog. So remember what those muscles felt like in the upper back, in the front of the chest, and bring that awareness into your dog pose. And now inhale to plank and bring it into your plank pose, but work your legs a little bit more. Make your legs really strong. Squeeze your arms towards each other, but squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Lift up your right foot, tap over to the right, and then tap to center. And then tap with your left foot to the left, and then tap to center. Good. Couple more. Tap right, back to center, tap left, back to center. One more each side. Tap, tap. Good. And back to dog. We're going to need some low chaturanga push-ups. So we're working on chaturanga. All these actions of the shoulders are going to help us with that. Let's drop the knees, not into a tabletop. So tabletop, your knees are under your hips. Go to a low plank. So your knees are behind your hips and your body's on more of a diagonal, like a plank. Yes, like with your hips off the floor. Okay, now elbows in, ground the inner hand, but turn the inner armpits forward and then shift forward. Take a little push-up, squeeze your elbows in, and then come back up. Yeah, adjust your knees if you need to. Shift forward into a right angle in your arms. That's it. Push up. Couple more. Lift your head. Just go to elbow height. So as your elbows come down, they just go to elbow height. As your shoulders come down, I mean, just to elbow height. Try a couple more. Last one. Yes. Shift forward. That's it. Nice, you guys. Downward facing dog. You know, we want to take it to the next step. We want to do the big pose, and that's okay. I mean, if you can do the big pose, you know, do it. But sometimes we misalign just to make the pose look a certain way. Walk forward. We want that transaction. We want that. I put the work in. My pose should look like this now. And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. And the transformation happens when we could be in that space and just be okay with it, wherever it is. Bend your right knee. Let your right hip release down towards the floor. Shift your weight to your left foot. Left leg stretch, hip stretch. And then switch. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, shift your hips right. Inhale, stretch both legs straight, fold straight to center. Good. Push your fingertips down into the floor or block, whatever you're touching. Push your fingertips forward, dome your belly back. Take your head closer to your knees. Yeah, pull your navel to your spine. Fold in a little deeper. Stretch from your tailbone down to your heels. One more breath. Open the whole back of your body. Then lengthen your spine. Come forward. Reach up. Stretch up. Exhale. Release your arms by your sides. Inhale. Float your arms up. Clasp your right wrist. Lean to the left. That's it. And then lean a little more. And then lean a little more. And maybe it's an inner leaning. Maybe the body has stopped moving, but there's just this still inner expanse over to the side. Good. Inhale, come up. Second side, clasp your left wrist, lean to the right. And with your breath, fold to the side a little more. And then fold a little more. And one more breath, big side body stretch. Good. Inhale, come up, separate your hands. Exhale, sweep your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, stretch your arms back behind you. Broaden your collarbones, hinge forward. Arms towards the sky, head towards the floor. Inhale, lift halfway up. Lift your shoulder blades in towards your spine and squeeze your hands closer together, whatever that is for you. And then fold again, keeping your hands as close as you can and stretching your arms towards the sky. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine, come on up. Exhale, chair pose, take your hips back. Good, send your inner thighs back. Broaden your sit bones out, but draw your tailbone forward. Draw up through your pelvic floor and your low belly, and then sit a little bit lower. Take your torso a little taller. Yes. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release your arms. Good. Garudasana, eagle, elbows to the sides. We've been here once already, so maybe it won't feel so bad. Right under left. I'm talking to my own shoulder here. Yeah, palms together, or do the double wrap. Okay, so in this position, the shoulder blades slide off the back, right? The front chest, it contracts, and that's okay. Keep it contracting, but plug your shoulders back a little bit more. Yes, good. And then stay there, bend your elbows, bend your knees, take your hips back. Keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. Now go right leg over left for Garudasana. That's it. Squeeze your legs together. Wherever that right foot lands doesn't matter, but squeeze your inner thighs. Get that midline connection, arms, legs. Squeeze in like an embracing of this moment just for itself, not to make the pose look a certain way, but to just be here in your own presence with yourself, in your body. Good, inhale, come on up and release your arms. Good, yep, roll it out if you need to. Arms up. Exhale, cactus. Left elbow under the right elbow. That's the other side, right? Yeah. Good. Then same thing. The shoulder blades are going to slide off the back here. That's okay. We want that stretch in the upper back, but we also want to stretch in the front of the chest. So plug them back a little more. I know my elbows aren't wrapped. Just ignore me. My shoulder hurts. Take your hips back. This is my modification for today. Then left leg on top. Work the legs. Squeeze the legs. So there's the thing, right? If something is not lining up, something's bothering you, there's always something else to work on. That's the good news. These bodies are complex. All right, get that squeezing of the legs. Work on that for a moment. Arms, legs, like you're in the back seat and the rest stop is still a couple miles away. All right, inhale, come on up and unravel. Practical uses of yoga. All right, come to the front of your mat. We're going to come back to eagle, and then we're going to take it through a little standing flow, but start forward. You may want blocks in front of you for the next sequence. So you've just got them there and you're not searching for them when you need them. Yeah. Okay, back to eagle. Arms up. Cactus arms. Right elbow under the left arm and wrap. Poke your hips back. Right leg on top. Start in your eagle. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your arms together. Connect into the midline and into that place inside that says it's all for the long game. Okay, keep your arms, stand up. Somehow when I don't do the arms, I can't balance in that pose. That's interesting. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Come back through warrior three. Send your leg back behind you. Still squeezing arms and legs together. Good. Now release your arms, either arms forward or back, wherever you like for warrior three. And stretch full into your warrior three. That's it. Yeah. Nice, Donna. Good. Okay, bend the standing leg. Step back into lunge. Inhale, arms to the sky. Good. And then work the directions of flow of energy in your legs. So squeeze your legs towards each other. Squeeze the muscles of your legs to the bones. And then have a sense of drawing energy up through your legs into your pelvis. So there's like a lift. Good. And then keep all of that work, but maybe sit a little deeper into your front thigh. Exhale, take your hands down to the mat. And then pulse the front leg, bend and straighten a few times. Here's where you may want your blocks to get that front leg straight. If you're using blocks, yeah, frame your front foot, move them back in line with your front foot. Just bend and straighten, get some movement into the hamstring, into the calf. Next time your left leg is straight, hold there. And then again, work those flows of energy, pulling to the midline, pulling muscles to bones, pulling up from your feet into your pelvis. If you want a little deeper stretch, come up on the front heel for the calf stretch, and then take your head towards your knee if you're not there already. Stay committed to the path of transformation. As you feel the commitment of the muscles in your legs, just feel that as a commitment to the path of transformation, not just transactional. Okay, shift your weight forward to your front foot, standing split, float up your back leg. Bend both knees a little bit. Soften your standing leg, soften your lifted leg. As you soften your knee, really weight your left foot. And then as you straighten your leg and you pull the muscles to the bones and you pull up into the pelvis, stretch your top leg straight also. Maybe take your head closer to your knee. Yeah. Good. Then cross your right leg behind your left leg.
Pinky edges of the feet facing each other. Step back far enough that you can get both legs straight. So you might have to separate your feet a little more to get the front leg straight, but try to get them both straight. And then pull your left hip back in space a little bit as you fold over. 3 deep breaths to just be here. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to go. Commit yourself to the long game, to the transformation that happens when we stay with it, when we stick with it past our boredom and our restlessness, and we can just be here with ourselves and with a higher power that moves through us. Back to standing split, float up your back leg. Good, we're gonna step all the way back into warrior two. So big step back to the back of your mat, land your heel, cartwheel your arms up. Good, and then feel those 3 directions of energy flow in the legs. Legs towards each other, muscles to bones, pull up into the center of the pelvis. Feel a lift in your pelvic floor, let that rise all the way up through your torso and out through your fingertips. Good, straighten out your front leg. Shift forward, Trikonasana. Good. As you settle into it, notice how the legs want to work a little less. That's okay. It's not that they have to work so hard, but try to keep that sense of pulling in and pulling up, that commitment to staying with the practice, to not just letting go into gravity, even though that might feel good in the moment. All right, one more breath. Inhale, come on back up, rebend your front knee. Good, and then 2 options here. You can come to either humble warrior, hands behind the back and bow forward, or you can come to bind around your front leg into Baddha Parsvakonasana. Either one of those, whatever's better for shoulder, hip, all those things. That's it. If you're in either way, your hands are bound. You have a little pull against the arms to broaden the front of your chest a little more. If you're bound around the leg, squeeze arm to leg, leg to arm. Take one more breath. And then exhale and release. And let's step back into downward facing dog. All right, we're going to come through to plank. Now remember those flows of energy here in the legs. Squeeze the legs towards each other. Squeeze muscles to bones. Pull up into the pelvis. Make your legs do more of the work. Now, knees up or down, 5 chaturanga push-ups. Dip down and back up. Dip down and forward and back up. Yep, you do with knees down. Shift forward, elbows in. That's a chaturanga push-up. That's it. Yep, if you need to drop your knees for the last couple, go for it. Dan, you can go wider with your hands. Try a little wider. That's going to be easier on your shoulders. Yeah, good. All right, back to dog. Nice. Okay. Walk yourself forward, Uttanasana. Then come on all the way up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, release your arms, starting the whole thing in eagle pose. Am I going to remember which side? I think left elbow under, right? Left on, let's try it. Inhale, arms up, cactus arms. Left elbow under the right elbow. Yeah, that's the other side. Good. Poke your hips back. Shift your weight to your right foot. Cross your left leg on top. Squeeze your arms and legs. Remember that little pull of the shoulders back, even as their shoulder blades are sliding off the back. Good. Keep the squeeze of your arms. Inhale, stand up, knee up. Exhale, float back through warrior 3. Keep squeezing your legs in towards each other to help with the balance. Stretch both legs as straight as you can. Standing leg, lifted leg, and then unfurl your arms into whatever arm position works for you. Arms in front, arms to the side, arms back behind, but get them straight wherever they are. One more breath. Good, big step back to lunge. Work the actions of the legs first. So even if you want to take the arms out of it, that's fine. Pull the legs towards each other, scissor them. Pull the muscles to the bones, and then pull up like you're pulling energy stockings up your legs. Pull energy into the center of your pelvis. Feel a lift and a lightness there. The pelvic floor tones, the low belly tones. Keep all of that, but maybe sit into the front knee a little deeper. Can you do both those things? I think you can. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Good. Pulse in and out of the front leg. The minute the hands touch the floor, you feel what happens in the back leg. It doesn't want to work so hard, right? And this is not about making it work harder. Like, for goodness sake, we don't have to work any harder than we have to. But learning to cultivate that strength in the legs helps us in a myriad of things. Straighten the front leg, hold there. Most urgently for today in chaturanga practice, learning to get the legs really working. All right, if you lifted up the heel onto the toes, onto the heel, lifting your toes and the front foot on the first side, do that here. Let your head release towards your knee. One more breath. Don't give up on the legs. Don't give up on the moment of cultivating the strength here. Don't get restless. Don't get bored. Stay with it. Shift forward to your front foot. Float up your back leg. You know, the statistic now of like how long someone can focus on something online is like 6 seconds. Do you know that? If your video is longer than 6 seconds, people stop paying attention. See if we can do better for ourselves as yogis. All right, cross the left leg behind the right leg. Pinky edges of the feet parallel with each other. Legs nice and strong. Fold over your legs. Pull your right hip back in space a little bit. Maybe walk your hands back a little bit more. We're going to shift back to standing split. Float it up. Good. Big step back, warrior two. Line up, heel to instep. Work the actions of your legs. Get really strong in the legs so that as you're sitting into that front knee, it's not taking undue stress onto the knee joint. Make the muscles do the work, not the joints. Okay, firm the muscles to straighten your leg. Again, keep the joint soft. Hinge over. Oh, all sorts of adjustments happening today. Snap, crackle, pop. Keep the legs working. Keep the legs strong. It's like the minute the hand touches the floor, it's like we want to work the upper body, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We should. Upper body's part of the pose, but get the legs really set first. Good. One more breath to hold, steady, breathe, be. Inhale, come on back up. Rebend your front knee. Humble warrior, have hands in that, switch the clasp of the fingers or wrap underneath for the bind. That's it. Work your left leg more here. Left leg strong, supporting you so that the right leg isn't taking all of the weight. One more breath. Good. Exhale, release. Step back to downward facing dog. Good. 5 more dips of chaturanga. Knees up or down, up to you. Elbows in, come forward. Hinge forward. So you come like right on the tips of your toes. Yep. Hinge forward. Good. Drop your knees when you need to. Nothing wrong with that, but keep going. Let your abs do the work. Let your legs do more of the work. All right. Back to child's pose. Dog pose and then child's pose. Your shoulders need a break. Wrap your hands back by your feet. Let your shoulders drop towards the floor. Let your head release onto the floor and just let your shoulders hang a little bit. Yep. Just let them go. All right. Coming down onto our backs. Have a block nearby. Okay, first thing is just, we're going to just do some crunches, like old school crunches. I could teach you 700 different ways to work your abdominals, but it's really good to come back to just that crunch that really engages the transverse abdominis, not because we want our tummies to look fat, even though maybe we want our tummies to look flat, that's okay, but really because a strong core translates into so many good things for us. So hands behind your head, feet flat, and just start with a breath and an exhale to the bottom so that you feel the deepest abdominal layer engage before you even lift up. The breath helps with that. And then deep breath in And the next time as you exhale, lift up. Keep your glutes neutral. Don't squeeze your butt. Don't push your back into the floor. Just pull your navel to your spine and lift as high as you can. And then inhale and lower back down. And exhale, lift up, navel to spine, bottom tips of the shoulder blades off the floor if you can. Inhale, lower. Keep your neck nice and relaxed. Pulse with your breath. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be the most dramatic thing you've ever done for it to be effective, for there to be growth and transformation happening, even when it's not super exciting and, you know, like the biggest looking thing you've ever done. Do 2 more. Okay, good. And rest. Take your block, put it between your inner thighs. I'm gonna work into the twisting pattern. So arms to a T. Jatara Parivartasana. Knees up, squeeze your block. So the pelvic floor muscles are working, the inner thigh muscles are working, and the abdominals are working. Pin your shoulders to the floor as best you can. So squeeze your shoulder blades into your spine. Then keeping your left shoulder down, press your knees over to the right, hover them up by your right elbow. Good, inhale, bring your legs back to center. Exhale, press your knees to the left, right shoulder down. Inhale, back to center. Good, exhale, squeeze the block, knees to the side and up. That's it. Inhale, back up, knees to the left. Inhale, back up. All right, one more round. This time, if you want, you can straighten the legs. So knees to the side, feet towards your hands, and then back to center, bend your knees, and then knees to the left, right shoulder down, maybe straighten your legs, rebend, bring them back to center, feet to the floor. Nice, you guys, set your block to the side. Take one knee in each hand and just circle your knees a few times. If your low back is feeling tender, let your knees, as your knees come forward, just let your knees sort of drop into your hands. Like you're trying to release your feet to the floor. It's going to release your psoas a little as you do that. So as your knees come forward, just let your knees hang into your hands. Yeah. Okay, good. One more thing to do here. Stretch your legs out long. We're going to hover off the floor. If you need something under your head, you can roll up a blanket or a pillow or take a block underneath your head, but curl your head and shoulders up. Look towards your feet. That's it. Try to lift your shoulder blades. Then feet can stay on the floor or you can hover your feet. Either way, work your legs. Squeeze them in. Good. And then pulse. 10, 9, 8 with your hands. 7, 6, 5, 4, hands pulsing. 3, 2, that's it. 1, good, and rest. Deep breath in, breathe into the belly, let the breath expand your abdominals, and then long, slow exhale out. All right, we are going to find our way to squat, malasana. So you can either rock yourself to your feet, preparing for crow pose, or find some other way there. You can rock into your feet, rock into your feet. Good. Now heel toe your feet close together. Okay, so this chaturanga works. This is like gateway for some of the arm balances. So let's work on a bent elbow crow. So tuck your arms into your legs, like go as low as you can. Really tuck your knees up into your armpits and then squeeze your legs in. Try to keep that connection. Rock forward to your hands, grip your fingers down, and then maybe shift forward and lift a foot or two, squeezing your heels in. So try that bent elbow variation, the chaturanga variation. Yes, that's it. Nice, you guys. Head up, put a crash pad if you need it. Try a little wider with your hands, Diane. I think wider is going to be, yeah. Keep your head up as best you can so that the head isn't pulling you down. And then just go up on, take one toe up. Try. All right, good. Yeah, that's good, Karen. Yeah, rest when you need to, Uttanasana. All right, want to try some crow push-ups? I shouldn't even ask that question. Is the answer to that question ever yes? Here's the thing though. So there's two versions. One is crow, one is kakasana and baka. I never remember which one's which. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. But one is straight arms, one is bent elbows. And so sometimes it's fun to work on the push-ups while you're in the crow. All right. So a couple things you can work on here. If you want to work those push-ups, you get into this low position. Maybe put your crash pad out. And then you try to bend your elbows, almost like you're going to go into the headstand, like dip your head down. And then squeeze in, try to straighten your arms, lift up. It's a big lift in the belly. And maybe squeeze in. All right, and if that seems like the craziest thing you've ever done, just come back down here and do some push-ups. It's fine. You're doing the same thing. But if you want to try it, even just try one or two. Yeah, crash pad's not a bad idea for that one, right? Okay. Keep your head up. I mean, that's the key. Fingertips are the brakes, and keep your head up. All right, try something, whatever it is you're doing. You can always do it on your back also. Yeah, squeeze in. That's it. Yes. Yes. Rest when you need to. I know, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Nice, Donna. Good. Okay. Come out to, just come to tabletop for a moment. All right. Because your shoulders are not tired enough yet. Let's try two more things. I promise, then we'll be done. Next one is with a block. So we're going to actually work on just holding chaturanga, which is like a very hard pose to just hold and be in. So we do it with a little support, then we can refine what we're doing so that as we come into it without the support, our body can remember what to do. All right. So you're going to put a block here. I would go on this middle setting. Some of you may want to go higher. I think the middle setting is probably the best. You're going to land your pelvis almost so you feel the front of your pubic bone on the block. That's where you want the block, underneath your pelvis. Okay, you can start on your elbows. Actually, let's start on the elbows for a moment. Just give the wrists a little bit of a break. Okay. Let your pelvis rest on the block. Okay, now tone your legs, squeeze your legs towards each other. Find those flows of energy in the legs. So tuck your toes, knees off the floor, squeeze your legs towards each other. Good. Now move your tailbone and your pubic bone towards the block. Tone your glutes, tone your low belly. So pubic bone towards the block, belly away from the floor. Okay, now slide your hands back, bring your elbows into a right angle. So head in line with your spine. Lift your shoulders up, squeeze your elbows in. Yep, you're in that low position, gaze forward. Okay, now if you can, just squeeze your their hips off the block. Just an inch. That's it. Don't let your shoulders dip down. Don't let your shoulders dip down. Yep. Okay, rest. I know, but it gets all the other muscles of the body that are supposed to, because you know what happens is when we lower through chaturanga, the shoulders are going to want to take all of it, right? They do this dipping down thing. The hips want to take over, and that will transform your body, but not in the way that you want it to, right? The pose will be transformational one way or the other. So if we're willing to like back our ego sense out of it and that transactional sense out of it and take it a little bit slower, then that's where the transformation in the shoulders and stuff really happens. Okay, let's try one from the floor. We're going to put it all together. So same thing that we just did, but just now without using the block. So we got to do it from the floor. All right, tuck your toes, squeeze your legs. So remember the legs squeezing together in Garudasana, like that much squeezing in towards each other. Work your legs, make your legs do more of the work here. Then lift your head up, get your arms into a right angle. Yes, shoulders in line with your elbows. So lift your shoulders as high as you can. That's it. Lift your head a little bit. Pelvis is still on the floor. Push into the floor now. Push the floor away. Try to lift your belly just a few inches. Yes. Yeah. Don't straighten your arms. Oh, hips lower, shoulders higher. Queenie, you got it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So if this is what happens, right? Just keep your knees on the floor, right? Work it here because that's the muscles that we want working for to build up the strength in the shoulders. All right, go to dog. We'll put the whole thing together. Okay, so here's the thing. Watch one more thing. So here's another thing to work on just as we go through the vinyasa. We'll just do a couple quick ones. But the idea is, one version of the vinyasa flow goes like this: plank, chaturanga, and then nothing touches the floor. You just push off your toes, and then your legs, your arms, you're not letting your pelvis touch the floor. So another way to do it, here you can stay in like a flying cobra, down to chaturanga, keep your toes tucked, right? You can work it there, and then the legs will work a little bit more, and then go back. So try for that. We're going into up dog. So the pelvis is off the floor, just the feet are on the floor, or the flying cobra, which is up dog with the toes tucked. Okay, inhale to plank, get your legs working. Get your belly working, pubic bone, tailbone down, glutes toning, belly up. Good, chaturanga. Push off the toes, find your up dog. Yes, nice, you guys. And then back to down dog. Good. Drop your knees and rest. Drop your elbows down, squeeze out your wrists a couple of times. We're going to do one more flow, one more chance to work on it. I had a teacher who used to say, all right, guys, here comes the bathroom pose, because it was like the hardest pose in the class, and like half the class would get up and go to the bathroom. She'd be like, here comes the bathroom pose. I'm throwing Diane under the bus here, but I know, right? We've done a bunch today, and they're still coming. All right, try one more vinyasa, or just skip it. But if that's if you're in a place where that level of working it will be transformational and work towards that long game, go for it. And if not, then do the thing that will move you there. Okay. Very good. All right, we're coming down to seated. Drop your butt to the floor. Swing your legs around. Okay. Let's come to Suchira, seated, thread the needle, seated Suchirandasana. Cross right ankle over left knee. Flex your foot. Good. Your weight can be back in your hands a little bit, but you can tuck the left heel in close if you're looking for deeper hip stretch. And then do some windshield wipers here. So like you're going towards Agni Stambhasana, and then I don't know what this is, that knee down twist, but yeah, side to side, just get some movement in the hip. Yep, side to side. Good. Do one more. Okay, back up. Slide your right leg to, sorry, I'm not mirroring you guys. Slide your bottom leg to straight, and then cradle. Yeah. Do some side to side first. So same thing, go side to side here. Yeah, you can hold the foot, or you can do the scoop or the cradle. And then go forward and back a few times. Lean back a little bit. That's it. Roll over the hip. Do one more. Try to lift your foot up towards your shoulder. Then hold your foot, lifting it up towards the shoulder. Roll onto the hip a couple of times. So right hand to the floor. Roll on your right hip. That's it. Good. Back up to center. Lift up your foot. Pull the knee back. Half happy baby. Foot towards your ear, way back, way back. As if you're going to take your foot behind your head. We are not going to take our feet behind our head, but as if you were going to pull it back. Okay, good. I mean, if you want to, go for it, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, where do we start? Here, ankle over knee. Flex your foot. Good, and then windshield wipers here. Yep. As always, when we do these windshield wiper hip rotations, try to keep your pelvis as steady as possible. So it's going to shift a little bit, but try to get the movement, the thigh bone in the hip joint. Okay. And then land at center, stretch out your bottom leg, cradle the foot. Do some side to side, some circling. Yeah. Then forward and back. Yep, pull that. As you're pulling back and in, pull a little more with your hand on your foot so that your left foot moves toward your right shoulder. Keep holding the left foot, drop your left hand to the left, roll on the hip. Iron it out. Let the weight of your body do some of the work here. So in a lot of the stuff we were doing today, when we're in arm balances, we don't want to succumb to gravity, right? Gravity is not our friend when we're doing arm balances. Gravity is our friend when we're doing hip work though. So just let your body feel heavy on that hip as you're rolling. Okay. And then come on up, half happy baby, seated, knee back, foot back. Yes. Okay. And then let that go. Okay. So here's the other way that chaturanga, here's the other thing that chaturanga can do. I think this is a good view. We're going to work on ekahasta bhujasana. So let me just show you quick. Leg over the shoulder, hands to the floor. So this one is straight arms. We squeeze in, we lift up. Then we can cross. And then look, it's just chaturanga. That's all. Squeeze your legs like eagle, lean forward, chaturanga. And then maybe that. That's the transition. All right. Or not. Couple of things that can help. Hands on blocks. If you don't have the long gorilla arms, then hands on blocks can help, right? So that as the leg goes up over the shoulder, you got a little more length and it's easier to lift up. We'll call it the bathroom or the I gotta go pose, right? See, you told me before, you said it. Yep. All right. So hold your left foot in your right hand. You what? Yeah, I know. I'm teasing you. Okay, shoulder, leg over the shoulder, as high up on the arm as you can. Try to get it above your elbow, right? That's the key, above the elbow. Then plant your hand on the block or the floor and chop down like a karate chop. Squeeze down, squeeze in. So that pulling in, pulling up, pulling towards each other. Hips slide back, hips come up. Good, then cross. Then squeeze, chaturanga. Squeeze, bottom leg up, bottom leg up, bottom leg up. Squeeze your arm. You're trying to put your right arm into a vice. That's it. Or you just get off the bus at your stop. That's it. Bye, love. Have a good trip. Okay, how'd it go? Another way you can try it, and we did this the other day. It didn't go all that well either, so whatever. But I will say that this is another way to try it. Eugenia doesn't like this one. I remember we did this years ago and you're like, no, that doesn't work. But another way you can try is this. If you just want to work on that second pose, cross, and then do it on the floor. Butt back, right? Butt back, slide back, squeeze up, and then you try to push off the floor. So that's another way to work it. I don't know. My shoulder's not happy with that today, but that's another way to try it if you want to try it that way. I don't know. Not easier on my shoulder today, but try something. Do the other leg. So leg up, which leg? Other leg, left leg up, over the shoulder. Get it as high up as you can. Yep. Yeah, and if you don't have a slippery floor, then the floor one doesn't work as well. Squeeze. Yeah. So come up first and then cross. That's it. Nice, Paula. Yep. Yes. Good. Squeeze up with that bottom leg. And then chaturanga. Shift forward. Yes. Nice. Good. That's good. All right. The good news is if you fall, there's not far to fall with that one, right? Not far to fall with that one at all. Okay. So let's take a minute for inversion. If you want to do something where you are, just hips up on a block. If you're kind of done, you could do a modified shoulder stand, right? Lay down first, then block under the hips. Don't try to prop on the block and then lay down. That's the harder way to do it. Or if you want to go to the wall or for a headstand, handstand, if you want to do it where you are, if you need a spot, call me over. But take a moment for yogi's choice. Lay down first. Yeah. Ooh, I really spent you guys today, huh? Everybody's just taking the restorative option. That's good. See, that's the long game. That's good, you guys. I'm proud of you for doing that. I mean, I like to give the option. So if you need to do it, if you're like, no, I need the handstand needs to happen today or whatever it is, good, But I love that you're all taking the restorative option and just letting yourself be a little bit more, I like that version, Karen, actually. I never thought of that, where you had the two to hold with your hands. I like that. Have you done that before? I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. I never thought to do that, but I like that. I mean, you probably don't need it, but like for my beginner people, that's a nice way to do it, where you can really get your shoulders back. That's good. You taught me something new today. That's a good one. All right. Let your pelvis just feel heavy on the block. Let your legs feel light. Work your shoulder blades underneath you. Take a few more breaths here. I'm going to leave the door open for another minute. All right. Then release your feet back down to the mat. Stay here with your hips on the block. So feet back down, keep your hips on the block for the moment. And then you could do this next. So we didn't do a lot of back bending today, but this is a nice way to open up the front body. So you could do it both legs together or one leg at a time. See what would feel better to you. Tone your belly, tone your pelvic floor, and then slide your right leg out straight. And if you feel any pulling at all in your low back, keep your left knee bent, and then you'll alternate. If your back feels okay, you can stretch both legs out straight at the same time. Just see what feels okay on your back. Keep your inner thighs rolling towards the floor, your toes facing up, your kneecaps facing up. So the back of the pelvis and the low back is not compressing. Press your shoulders down and your head down. Keep toning your low belly and your pelvic floor. One more deep breath in. Long exhale out. Good. Rebend your knees slowly. Take your time. Lift your hips. Slide your block to the side. Hug your knees to your chest. Pull the knees in super close. Good. And then keep your right knee in, but extend your left leg to the floor. That's it. You can pull in towards the belly or out to the armpit if that's comfortable. Can I press? Is that okay? Good. Then hold the knee in your right hand. Take your left arm out to the, nope, I lied. Hold it in your left hand. Take your right arm out to the right. That's okay. And then take it to the twist. Draw the knee across the body. And as you're pulling the knee across, pull it up towards your armpit, but release your hip towards the front of your mat. So you're feeling a big stretch. It becomes more of a spine torso stretch rather than a hip hamstring stretch. You still might get a little hip hamstring stretch. Yeah. Can I press a little? Is that okay? Pull the knee up a little more, like that. Yeah. Good. Inhale and bring the knee back up. Switch legs. Bring your left knee in. Stretch your right leg out. Can I press? Good. Then to the twist. Arms, left arm out to the left. Pull the left knee up towards the right elbow. Yeah. Let the hip roll away. Sorry, I shouldn't be on your knee there. And press a little. Good. Inhale that knee back up. Just see if there's anything else your body needs from you right now. Take a moment to do that. If you are ready for Shavasana, begin to make your way there. I'll close the door so we don't have the draft. Are you okay with the window, Queenie, or you want me to close it? It's okay. Shavasana, meditation, these are the true expressions of giving ourselves over to transformational practice. There's nothing else to be done, nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, nowhere else to be. Just close our eyes and give ourselves over to the experience. We release everything in our bodies we can release. Let everything go soft and slack. Let your body go heavier on the floor. Bones of your skeleton sinking to the earth.
Notice the tug of the mind to draw you into a thought pattern or off on a tangent somewhere other than here. And just notice it and say to it, you can wait. I'm just here right now. Follow your breath deeper and deeper. Connecting to your higher power, to a divine presence that works on its own timeline, not yours, but has infinite patience for you, for your practice. So you can let yourself be and unfold just as you are meant to. Gently now, let your breath deepen. Allow your body to move and stretch in whatever way feels good to you. Make your way to your side, all the way back up to seated. We're moving through the world in a transactional way. We are focused more on the how, the immediate what of whatever is happening, the exchange of energy for immediate results, which is okay. And again, nothing wrong with that. And sometimes that's in service of the long game. But when we find ourselves wanting our relationships with each other, with our partners, with our children, with the divine itself, trying to fit into that paradigm, it's when we need to slow down, cultivate patience, cultivate faith, and remember that the why is really the highest that we hold. That we can be transformed by the presence of a higher power in our lives, by our connection to love, to community, to humanity, when we give ourselves over to that. But there's no timeline. Bring your hands together at your heart. Let's close together with an Om. If you'd like to join, take in a deep breath. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Friday night, I'm doing my next mixtape flow class. So 90s alternative Foo Fighters and REM and those fun things. Green Day, come join me for that if you want to rock out a little and start your weekend off right. That's Friday night. All right. Have a great week, everybody. Rest of your weekend. Bye, Donna.